Hello, my dear students. Welcome, all of you. In this video, we are going to take up coordinate geometry. So, as we did for the previous chapters, I have given a very powerful notes which will be very helpful for you guys. So, go through the notes. You will find all the concepts with simple problem solving techniques. Giving, I have given a lot of examples as well. So, you go through these notes and let's rock and roll together. Hello everyone. In this video we are all going to see the important concepts of coordinate geometry CG. I have given a detailed conceptual notes on everything, and it will be very useful for you. So CG actually has an introduction followed by distance formula and then section formula and then useful problem solving techniques which I would have given like I was giving for every chapter. Okay, so here coordinate geometry, you all know that it is the study of coordinates. So x coordinate and y coordinate. X coordinate is otherwise called abscissa and y coordinate is otherwise called ordinate. So generally x axis, if you see, it is represented by x comma 0, and y axis, if you see, it is represented by 0 comma y, and origin, it is represented by 0 comma 0. So now you have distance formula. See from this diagram, a coordinates of a are x1 y1 and coordinates of b are x2 y2. Now the distance AB is given by this formula, AB equal to root of x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. Under this distance formula, you have got some very useful models, like they will be asking you the types of triangles. So if all the sides are equal, AB equal to BC equal to CA, then you call it as an equilateral triangle. AB, BC, CA can be respectively found out by using the distance formula, by using the necessary coordinates also. And then case 2, isosceles triangle, if any two sides are equal, either AB equal to BC or BC equal to CA or AB equal to CA, then you can call the triangle to be isosceles. And then case 3 is right angle triangle, and by using Pythagoras theorem. So AB square plus BC square equal to CA square. You have to find the distances AB, BC, CA, and then you have to check for the largest value. That largest value has to be the hypotenuse. Before checking for the largest value, find out the distances AB, BC, and CA, and then you have to square it. And then you have to square it so that the root goes away. So you will be getting the, suppose for example, AB if you are getting root 6 and BC if you are getting root 35 and CA if you are getting root 41, then if you square CA you will be getting 41, BC square will be 35 and AB square will be 6. So the largest side is CA square. You have to check whether it is the sum of the squares of the remaining two sides. In this case, the example that I told, if that is the same. So that means they form the vertices of a right angle triangle, or else they do not form right angle triangle. As simple as that. So either AB square plus BC square equal to CA square, or AB square plus AC square equal to BC square, or BC square plus AC square equal to AB square. See, the manipulations here can be very simple. Easily you can understand it very well. So there are three possible sides, AB, BC and CA. So out of which any of these three possibilities can come here. So first I am writing AB square here. Next I am writing BC square here. And next I am writing CA square over here. So the remaining two sides you have to put here and then you have to square and add. Simple. So AB square means the remaining two sides, BC square plus CA square. BC square means you have to write AB square plus AC square. If it is CA square, then you have to write AB square plus BC square. The same model, it's for collinear but with a different condition. So yeah, next is collinearity. You can see here AB, BC and CA. With this I have manipulated AB. If it is in the right hand side, then AC plus BC should be in the left hand side. Sum of any two sides, if it is equal to the third side, then you can say that the 3 points are collinear. So this is a condition for collinearity. So either AB plus BC should be equal to AC, or AB plus AC should be equal to BC, and AC plus BC should be equal to AB. So very easy one. So if any one of this condition is satisfied, then you can say that it is collinear. Then you have to go for quadrilaterals checking. So I have given all the necessary conditions here: square, rhombus, rectangle and parallelogram. So square and rhombus, they are very similar except for a small difference, and likewise rectangle and parallelogram, they are very similar except for a small difference. So square means every possible side should be equal. There are four sides here, AB, BC, CD and DA. All of them should be equal, and along with this the diagonals also should be equal. There are two diagonals, AC and BD. So those diagonals also should be equal. So for square, and for rhombus only the four sides will be equal but the diagonals won't be equal. That is the difference between a square and a rhombus. I told you that there is a similarity, right? So square means all the four sides equal along with the diagonals. A rhombus means only the four sides are equal but the diagonals are not equal. Rectangle, opposite sides are equal. What are the opposite sides here? AB and CD. Similarly, AD and BC. So AB should be equal to CD and AD should be equal to BC, and also the diagonals will be equal in case of rectangles. AC will be equal to BD, but in parallelogram only the opposite sides are equal but the diagonals are not equal. AB equal to CD, AD equal to BC, but the diagonals AC is not equal to BD. And next model in distance formula is about equidistant type of questions. So equidistant means, from the as the name itself suggests, that it is having equal distance. So here PA equal to PB. So after applying the distance formula, for PA you can apply the distance formula, and then PB you can apply the distance formula. And now, since the distance formula involves a square root, both PA and PB will be having a square root. So for calculation purpose, you just have to square it so that the root goes away. It will be easy for us to manipulate. That is the purpose. So PA square equal to PB square. Find out the distance formula and then square it. And then after that, you have to apply the necessary identities, a minus b whole square, a plus b whole square respectively, and then solve it. You'll be getting this equation finally, x is equal to y plus 2. So this is the relation. And next model is about section formula, another very important topic. So here section formula, you can see from the diagram, AB is a line segment and the point P lies internally inside AB. So point P divides AB internally in the ratio m is to n. So there are various models of questions that can come under the section formula. We will see one by one. So first you can see that the coordinates of point P are given by this formula, mx2 plus nx1 by m plus n, comma my2 plus ny1 by m plus n. Suppose if m is equal to n, here if you apply it in this formula, you will be getting x1 plus x2 by 2, comma y1 plus y2 by 2, which happens to be the midpoint formula. And now you have several models of questions appearing in section formula. First is when you are asked to find P when x1, y1, x2, y2 and the ratio is given. So just apply the section formula here. Just substitute it values of m, n, x1, y1, x2, y2. So you'll be getting the value of P. That's all. Very simple. And next model is when P, A, B are given. Like for example, they will be giving you this coordinate. P coordinate they will be giving, A coordinate they will be giving, B coordinate they will be giving, and they will be asking you to find in what ratio it divides. So for that, see, I have selected an example question from NCERT. What ratio does minus 4,6 divides the line segment? What ratio means, please remember, for ratio based sums always you have to assume the ratio to be k to 1, and then you apply the section formula. So this is P, minus 4,6 is nothing but P. You apply the section formula and you can either equate the x coordinate in both the cases. So minus 4 equal to 3k minus 6 by k plus 1. You can do that, or also you can do 6 is equal to minus 8k plus 10 by k plus 1. The value of k will be the same in both the cases. So k is equal to 2 by 7. So the ratio is 2 by 7 is to 1, which is 2 is to 1. I mean 2 is to 7. So that is the final answer. And next is trisection, very important model of question. So they'll be asking you this: find the coordinates of points of trisection. A coordinate will be given, P's coordinate will be given, and please remember this. Here the point P divides AB internally in the ratio 1 is to 2, and also point Q divides AB internally in the ratio 2 is to 1. This you have to remember, because P means you have only one part here, AP, and then after this you have two parts, PQ and QB. So the point P should divide AB internally in the ratio 1 is to 2, and point Q should divide AB internally in the ratio 2 is to 1, because Q has two parts, AP and PQ, and next comes QB. So Q should divide AB internally, the ratio 2 is to 1. Now you know the coordinates of A, you know the coordinates of B, you know the ratio, it divides it in 1 is to 2 ratio. So you can apply the section formula, get the value of this. And similarly, you can apply the section formula with ratio 2 is to 1 to get the value of Q. So you will be getting this value, minus 4, 2. Next model is y-axis division. Very important thing. So y-axis division plus COD. COD means coordinates of division. As we saw in the introductory page that y-axis is represented by this formula 0, y. So it's very simple now. You just have to apply section formula and equate the x coordinate to 0. Because x coordinate, if you equate it to 0, you will be getting the value of k easily. From that you can arrive at the ratio. Then substitute k value here to find out the other coordinate. So you get the answer straight away. So assume the ratio to be k is to 1 because you don't know the ratio. As I told, if you don't know the ratio, you have to always assume the ratio to be k is to 1. So 0, y, just apply the section formula here and equate x coordinate in both the cases. So you'll be getting the value of k as pi. So the ratio is pi is to 1. And then you equate k is equal to 5 here. Before that, you substitute, you equate y coordinate. Y coordinate is minus 4k minus 6 by k plus 1. So substitute k as pi, we will be getting y as minus 13 by 3. So the coordinate will be 0, minus 13 by 3. Simple as it gets. And next is find P. If you have been given that they are the vertices of a parallelogram taken in order, it can come in a 2 mark. So for simple, for parallelogram, midpoint of AC should be equal to midpoint of BD. Simple condition. We know the midpoint formula. AC, see here, you can do it in the mind itself. 6 plus 9 by 2, 1 plus 4 by 2. So that is 15 by 2, 5 by 2. Similarly, BD, midpoint. 8 plus P by 2, 5 by 2. Now here 5 by 2 and 5 by 2 are already equal. So just you have to equate x coordinate. 8 plus P by 2 equal to 15 by 2. So you get P is 7. Simple one. And x-axis division. X-axis division plus we already saw y-axis division. Here it's x-axis division. So x-axis is represented by x, 0. Just apply section formula. Assume the ratio to be k is to 1. Equate the y coordinate to be 0. Equate the y coordinate as 0. So you get k as 1. So the ratio is 1 is to 1. So now equate the x coordinate. Substitute the value of k. You will be getting the answer. Coordinates is minus 3 by 2, 0. Simple question. So if you understand the concept better, you will be able to answer any kind of question. So next is they will be asking you a question like this. Center of the circle is given and B, one of the coordinates they will give you, and then they will be asking you to find out the other coordinate. So here please understand this. Center is the midpoint of the diameter. So here AB is the diameter because it passes through the center of the circle. So center is always the midpoint of the diameter. So you know the midpoint formula. So x plus 1 by 2 should be 2. So you find out x, and y plus 4 by 2 equal to minus 3. So from this you can find out y. So the coordinate of A should be 3, minus 10. That's the answer. Very simple. And next is final question, final models. So given, they will be giving you AP value. I mean AP equal to 3 by 7 times AB. So then A coordinate is given, B's coordinate is given. Please understand this question very carefully. I have done this in a very easier way for you guys to understand it better. So you know that AP equal to AP by AB equal to 3 by 7. See carefully. AP by AB equal to 3 by 7. So that means what? AP equal to 3 and AB equal to 7. Very simple, right? So if AB is 7, you can, and if AP is 3, you can tell that PB should be 4 because 7 minus 3 is 4. So now you have got the ratio. P divides AB. Internally the ratio 3 is to 4. So now apply section formula. You know A coordinate and B coordinate, and then you substitute the ratio as 3 is to 4. M is 3, N is 4. You get this answer. Such a simple one. So you can practice all these models. So you can go through the above models of questions in your coordinate geometry. That's it with regards to CG. Hope you guys like this video. So we'll see in the upcoming videos shortly. Good luck to all of you.